Hello chess people, welcome back to another video, and I'm going to start something a little new here on the old YouTube channel. And we're going to just do some game review. This is my rating, that's their rating, and maybe we learn something, maybe we don't. But and then I get to show you the kind of disrespect that my opponents give me during my online games. So, without further ado, let's get started. So we didn't play super accurately this game, but was enough for a win, and I'm happy with that. So, let's see where my opponent disrespected me on move one. Yep, just completely out of. So we just decided to play d5 and just play my normal setup here. Basically, I'm just gonna go move by move and just give a rundown of my move set, and we're going to, and if we played something that was inaccurate or whatever according to the, or a mistake according to the engine, we'll try and find the best move. So I think this will be kind of fun, and these time control is game in 30 minutes, 0-second delay. So yeah, 30 minutes, that's it. No extra time. F4, I feel like this guy's kind of leading into a stone wall structure. So I kind of put 2 pawns in the center just to kind of counteract that a little bit. D4, knight c6, just do a normal developing stuff. White has a lot of control on e5. So with a little openings that are a little unorthodox, they can sometimes transpose into things that are kind of orthodox. So this is kind of reminiscent of a stone wall. And the engine says this is a little inaccurate, so let's try and find something better. I just thought this was the best move. I don't think there's anything wrong with it from a human perspective. Let's see. Maybe it wants us to have a better grip on e4. I don't like b6 because the queen a4 and bishop b7, knight e5. I still think I need to... Okay, I still think I need to develop the bishop, so, okay, this is obviously wrong, because it's taken a little while. Yeah, I don't know. Retry? Let's get a hint. Oh, it's telling us that we should just capture towards the center and kind of break up white's center a little bit and put the rook on the c file. Interesting. Right? h3, definitely a mistake there. Now, I thought for so long on how to, like, kind of exploit this diagonal, but I couldn't really figure out how to do that, so I just e6, and then I'm playing knight e4, and now I have the queen diagonal here trying to get in. Yeah, I played this to get the to attempt to just keep my pawns here, pawn stable, and let's see what else. Maybe here is just better. This keeps protection on the pawn. This puts a knight in the center, kind of like a spider in the camp. Yeah, knight e4 would have been a lot better. knight e4, bishop there, bishop d6. This is a one move attack, but I feel like I was going to make that move regardless, so I'm just kind of seeing how white is going to defend the pawn. Because I had two different approaches planned depending on how white defended this pawn. If they defended it this way, I was going to try something like h5. And for example, if something like e3, then I would try this and try to undermine this position here. He played e3 in the game, so I did something kind of similar, and came up with this g5 idea, which is obviously a mistake. It just says I need to develop the queen. To what square? Maybe just queen f6. Or queen c7. There's nothing wrong with queen c7, yeah. Best square, actually. And then here I thought I was like doing really well, and then I kind of missed this. I just didn't really quite understand what was going on there. Better move. It's probably just capture. Yeah. Capture towards the center and then make the G file awkward, or yeah, because white doesn't want to do either of these captures. Yeah, that's kind of bad because I just capture. I could have preserved my two bishops here, so I think that's why it's saying it's a little inaccurate. So let's try this move. Even I just saw the position was locking up, so I didn't want to so I didn't feel a need to have the two bishops any longer. But I did need to do something because with the knight, because it was being attacked, so it's also not the best move. Ah, shit. Okay, sorry, spoiler. Spoiler. Let's get back to where we were. Okay. So I'm on a touchpad as well, so not everything is as fast. Probably the same idea. It's just okay here. I'm kind of guessing. I should probably stop guessing. Should probably stop guessing. Oh, he wants me to just take the bishop. That's kind of hard to see. I did actually play an idea very similar. I actually do play the same idea, but I prepared it a little bit. Doesn't want me to castle because this idea is just much better. I'm going to try to combat on the light squares, and my bishop here is much better on this diagonal here. Okay, chess is hard. He wants me to actually just push. That's interesting. See how feeble my mind is. All right, 92, and then I decide to capture the bishop, even though the position favors knights, because the relationship of these two bishops, this black bishop is way better than this white bishop. So I captured this bishop with the knight to make this bishop that much stronger. Here, and then I decide to try to open the F file. But I probably had a better way to do it like this, because the move in the game F5 allows two ways for white to trade. F6 only allows one way, so I gave white too many options. So F6 is a little more to the point, and it just threatens to win a pawn just straight up. So I couldn't believe he like en passanted there. That was just disgusting. Bishop e4. It just says I had something much better. And e5, yeah, I was actually calculating this in the game because I thought that it would be okay. I thought I was sacrificing a pawn, and I didn't really see the idea. Let me see the idea in the analysis window. So the idea is after d takes e, knight takes e5. I am just overloading on the pin here. 1, 2, still 3. 3 attackers, 3 defenders. Queen d5 check. King g7. And what does he do about this? Just king e2, and he just brings the rook over here, I guess. Bishop d3. I guess I can also just line up my artillery on these files. And I can also kick away this and then try to just win the piece like that. Oh yeah, because the king is way awkward after bishop d3. I think this just wins material immediately. After king f2. Yeah, okay, yeah. Black is just bringing all of their pieces into the game and try to just put as much pressure on this square as possible. And that's actually pretty gross. I didn't find any of that, of course, because my brain is feeble. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. 19, 4 moves. Yeah. Basically, if an idea is 5 or 6 moves deep, I'm not going to figure out the idea. So I decided to do this instead, and we end up kind of in a equal endgame, and had a chance to play something better. Let's try to find the better. It just wants me to reroute my knight. Okay, we can reroute our knight. Not that way, obviously. Oh, I see the idea. Wants me to reroute this way. That's actually really clever. You're not rerouting to c4. You're rerouting to d6, where it supports the bishop. That's really clever. Where it supports e4. That's really clever. I didn't see that. I might have been able to... maybe, maybe not. How much time did I have left? 15 minutes? Maybe. Maybe I could have seen that one. It's a big maybe, though. I would do kind of the... I take with the king, even though taking with the queen is probably better, but let me see how much better attacking with the... Yeah, it's actually equal. That's kind of nuts. You would think taking with the queen would be better, but I took with the king because I wanted to keep control of this diagonal, which is really this diagonal, which is extraordinarily important. Oh, let me, so I trade, and then I push for a pass pawn, so now I have a win condition. Knight and queen versus knight and queen with equal pawns should be a draw, but it's always good to test your opponent's knowledge of endgames, and that's kind of what I did. And I just kind of got a better position as time went on, because he just kind of deactivated some of his pieces, and then I rerouted my knight. Really, that was a bad move? It just wants me to... Oh, there's a break on c4. It wants me to stop. Okay, I get that. So maybe I didn't play with my pawns correctly here, but I just saw the knight coming into f4 and attacking this weakness, and so if I can attack another weakness, white's position will crumble. I don't understand this. This is... Oh my god, that's such a low-level move. I couldn't believe he made that move. Yeah, I just... It's like, how can you have no knowledge of endgames? Like, ugh. And anyway, sorry, I'm just ranting. So I put the knight on the best square, and then I didn't play the best idea. Oh, just to attack the pawn immediately. Basically, this is better because if I force white to deactivate his knight like that, that's just incredibly good for me. And then I can attack these two pawns. It's all about creating weaknesses and then targeting them. Sorry. Keep fat fingering the scroll option. So white goes for counterplay, more counterplay, capture, and then I activate my king. This is kind of a mistake because it clears the d5 pawn, and I was actually more worried about capturing with the pawn here. I didn't really understand how I was going to break this. Oh, knight b2. Okay. And then I win this, and then I make another pass pawn. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really register. I was just kind of going. I was just kind of going as the game was going on. Like here, king there. This is really important as it shields the pawn, and the king can't really, and he resigned here, or they resigned here, because the king can't come over to challenge the pawn because the pawn just moves, and the knight can't get in front of the pawn, and it's unable to stop him from the side. So knight a3, pawn there, knight c2, king here, and he can't go to e1 because the knight's cover, because my knight covers. And yeah, if it was alone, if black didn't have a knight, white's knight would have stopped this pawn. But since black had a knight, the knight covered the queening square, and my king was just really active. So this game was really reminiscent of just better endgame technique. Even though it was an equal endgame, either side could mess it up at any one point, and luckily black kind of lost the flow, lost control of the position. And so that's going to be the video for today. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Chess Diary, and I'll see you in the next recording. I'll see you. Take care.